He's doing the funny stuff in Cuyahoga Falls tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday night. Saying to yourself, Alan, I can't make it Thursday night. You can go Friday night. Friday night's so good. You can go Saturday night. We'll catch up with him in a bit, and I will have another $1,000 for you in mere minutes. Another chance to go fuel yourself with $1,000. So listen for that keyword. I love the story of the dad who's mad because his daughter printed out what he calls softcore pornography at the Akron-Canton Airport. Apparently they have, I haven't flown out of there in a long time, but apparently they have like a library kiosk that lets you print stories out. Why wouldn't they just have you download it or something? I don't know. Kicks out like this old-timey ticker that's like, if you want to read a book on a flight. And I guess it was like some 50 Shades of Grey type thing, and so the dad's all mad because his 15-year-old daughter downloaded it.
It talks about drinking, talks about drugs, explicit sex descriptions. I was just so caught off guard with what it was.
Only News 5's Bob Jones speaks with that father who wants to know how this happened and with the Akron Summit County Library about what's being done about it.
I want to know how that got in there. How that got in there and who's just keeping an eye on stuff.
A few weeks back, Mark Swihart, his wife, and their 2 teenage kids came to Akron-Canton Airport for a flight to Georgia. While waiting for the plane, Mark's 15-year-old daughter decided to print out a free short story from this Akron Summit County Library kiosk.
Oh yeah, the short story dispenser, and then you get to pick your reading time. 1 minute? Who has 1 minute of reading time? I got 60 seconds. Give me a story. You're going to be going on your phone looking at stuff. You can be scrolling Twitter if you got 60 seconds.
Well, you got something to read for that 1 minute. You're not supposed to be on your phone when you're taking off.
That's true.
Which Mark thought was a great way to pass the time.
I think it's a great idea to put this out there to increase awareness for the library.
This is the actual story that was printed from that dispenser.
It looks like a CVS receipt.
Looks like a big receipt.
Like a scroll.
But Mark says the words on it were not what he was expecting.
Oh, no.
You're expecting green eggs and ham, and you get 50 Shades of Grey.
Some of the story is too graphic for us to repeat.
The first 2 or 3 sentences is
But we're going to have the dad do it. That's my favorite part.
like, this is softcore pornography.
Mark says his daughter handed the story to him before she could read it, and he was disturbed by vulgarity, even the use of the F word, mentions of drugs and alcohol,
Purchased a thin plastic bottle of gin in a park.
and explicit sexual references.
He gathered my wrists in his palms and bit my shoulder. And
Mark felt it was not the type of story
what did it mean to find such torture erotic?
Yeah,
that
there you
any
go.
kid should be able to print out from a library dispenser at the airport.
Listen, I take his point, but I love what parents think is pornography these days. They talked about gin and hurting your wrists. They go on to say in the story, by the way, that the vendor for it's not local. The vendor for this kiosk or this company, by the way, is based in France.
Oh.
So of course they're going to have these in.
Yeah. This isn't pornography at all to them.
That's right.
It's just a day being French.
That's right.
You have some gin and you gather your wrists and get your neck bit.
That's
or whatever
right.
they're saying.
Wait till they get to the Akron-Canton Airport. You don't think this is appropriate for your teen daughters? The book was written by a second grader. That's how we do in France.
It's first base for us.
First base is a bottle of gin. I got $1,000 here for you. $1,000. It's a chance for you to go fuel yourself or do whatever you want or need with $1,000. So listen closely and good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fuel yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at WMMS.com. That's cash. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
Yeah, sure. So this dad might think that his teenage daughter is reading some kind of soft-core pornography. But if you want hardcore pornography, you'd probably want to consult one Don Jamieson because he. how's that for a transition? The pride of the Garden State. Yeah, right. How you doing?
Listen, give me a second. I'm trying to recover from that last news story.
I hope you didn't fly into the Akron-Canton Airport, Don.
Yeah, I may cancel my trip. This is how important this issue is to me.
You know how
I know.
excited I'd be if my kids were just reading.
Dad, look what I got.
It's pornography. I don't care. They're reading. It's a step in the right direction.
That's right. Dad, what is this word? That is masturbation, is that word. And thank you for asking.
Next time, sound it out.
Yeah, and add a tranny in there.
There you go. I don't even think that when a Donald Jamieson Esquire comes to town, that people are concerned about their reading materials because they're so excited for the show. They have to get their, stop me if I'm wrong, they have to get their head in the right space. They have to prepare for the show, right?
All the things I should be doing.
Yeah,
But
you just parachute in and parachute out, right?
Yeah, with the prices on the flights these days, yeah, I'm looking for a low-class airfare where I could just jump out and save a few bucks.
Yeah, good for you. So have you been, I know for a while, because you're the guy that does doing like rock and roll cruises and stuff, things that were not happening for a while because of the pandemic. You're back out and doing those kinds of things?
They're happening, yeah. The rock crowd, it's all bets are off, and they did say when you got on the cruise, we did the Monsters of Rock cruise in February, and Alice Cooper was the headliner, so I was super excited because I'm a Cooper fanatic.
Sure.
And they said, Royal Caribbean said, you got to have the mask on unless you're actively eating or drinking. So when I got on the ship with my mask, I saw all the guys from Faster Pussycat standing at the bar. And I went up to them. I said, "Are you guys actively drinking?" Of course, they were.
Of course.
At 11 in the morning. And so we all took our masks off, and we didn't put them on again until we left the ship. So it was...
There's no point.
Like you got to get on with the mask once you're here.
Yeah, there's no point. It's very strange. There's no point in like a heavy metal rock and roll cruise where people aren't going to be actively drinking.
Right. That's pretty much the reason to go on the cruise to begin with.
Right. So Don Jamieson and Mark Riccadonna, who Bill said is a Youngstown comic. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great guy.
It says the evil twins of comedy, and on the Don Jamieson side, it's got the devil horns, and on the Mark side, it's got like a little halo. Now, that doesn't imply that they're evil. It's sending me mixed messages. You guys are at the Funny Stop tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. I'm confused by the evil twins thing.
Well, it's the difference between the softcore porn
and hardcore pornography, right?
And what I'll be talking about on stage,
right?
No, Mark, we were actually, many, many years ago when Mark was a little slimmer than he is now, let's just say, and less hairy. We looked very much alike, and he used to take a lot of blame for things that I did on the road. So,
I see. So
the evil twins.
I see. So this stems from the fact that a lot of people thought the two of you looked alike.
Right, and then my bad behavior on the road would be absorbed by him the next time he came through that town.
Did you feel at all, just judging from how they're promoting the show, did you feel compelled at all in preparation for these gigs to grow a beard and put 10 pounds on?
I'm always thinking about that at my age, but not specifically for this gig. But it's good because what really it is, Mark is like, Mark's a headliner too, so you get two headliners, and Mark is much more, family. He's a family guy. He does a lot of family humor.
Okay.
He don't cuss a lot. And then you get me, the raving lunatic, on after him. So it's
see.
a nice balance.
That makes sense. Okay. Because, they make it look like he's a nice guy, and then Don Jamieson's going to come out and, tear your anuses out or whatever.
Little heaven, little hell.
Heaven and little hell, sure.
Right.
Oh,
I carry the anuses out at the meet and greet before the show.
Bring your own equipment. It's a whole thing. He's got the suitcase, and he's trained. He's officiating by the stage.
But you have to wear the mask until you're actively eating the anus.
Please put your mask back on as the anuses are being removed.
Don, we were talking earlier about Sammy Hagar. A guy called in and left us a message saying there's only one way to rock. You're a rock guy. Is there only one way to rock, or are there multiple ways to rock? Because I think this will settle it all.
Well, listen, this is a question as old as time, right? These were etched in biblical stone
Yes.
back in the day. But I would say, considering Sammy Hagar is worth north of $100 million, I'm going to go with Sammy's way and say, yeah, there's only one way to rock. Because, rocking is fun no matter how much money you have in the bank, but it's way more fun if you're a $100 millionaire.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I think Bill's concern was that we were adhering too closely to Sammy Hagar's rules. And not, because again, I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't think there's just one way to rock. But Bill was trying to make the case for, well, there's light rock and there's this. And I'm like, there's no such thing as light rock. Like they call it that, but nobody says who's your favorite rock band. And the answer is Dan Fogelberg. No one says that.
Not even Dan Fogelberg.
Not even Dan Fogelberg. May he rest in peace.
Yes, there's only one way to rock, and then there's only one way to listen to music in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference there. The soft rock is for the elevator, the Sammy Hagar way to do it. And me and Florentine just went and saw him here in Jersey. And it's like, it's the best summer show you can go to. So
yeah, he was here not long ago doing a charity thing, and we chatted with him for a few minutes. And Sammy's the best, man. He's great.
It's a total party show. It's a lot like the show at the Funny Stuff this weekend.
There it is.
Everybody's going to be drinking heavily. I'll be pouring beer down people's throats in the front row.
Yeah,
pulling girls up on stage, signing things.
Sure.
It's going to be wild.
Tearing out anuses, the whole bit.
With Mark Riccadonna also on the show, there's not only one way to laugh.
Oh, look at that. Multiple ways to laugh. By the way, isn't it, just as a complete aside, isn't it funny that movies and television shows still use the elevator music gag, even though music hasn't been in elevators in 50 years? It's still a gag that kind of works when somebody gets in an elevator and there's that muzak playing, even though that hasn't been a thing for a long, long time.
Well, it's the same with the porn music that, if a comic does a bit about, watching porn, they'll go, and then I turn it on, it's like, wow, chicka, waka, wow, wow. Like, that hasn't been in porn.
Right. Yes. Wow, chicka.
But I still have those on VHS, so.
Christy Canyon's best stuff.
Yes.
Right. So what happens after? What's next on the bill after this weekend? Are you still on the road, or do you go back home in between, or are you on another cruise, or what are you doing?
Yeah, well, we're going to get through the weekend, and just so everybody knows, big after parties after the show across the street at the Arthur Treacher's.
Hey, fish and chips, not just one.
Yeah, you have not lived till you have parties at an Arthur Treacher's.
There you go.
And this is like the last one to party at.
Yeah. Isn't there one down here on Rockside?
I think there might be two left. But I think we're down to that one. It might just be that one.
There you go.
Yeah, but then I get home, and then just been working a lot. Listen, me, I will work anywhere, anytime for anyone. If anybody has a backyard and a 6-pack, I'll come to your house this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon. Contact Alan Cox and get a hold of me.
Yeah, right. I'm Don's regional agent. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a 6-pack and a hand job, and I will play your backyard.
You're
even allowed to say.
And not necessarily in that order. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Nevertheless.
But just listen, I'm doing tons of gigs. I just worked with Jimmy J.J. Walker. What a combo that was.
Hey, Jamieson and J.J.
There you go. No better combo than that. And, and as usual, I did do a backyard party this summer as well. A bunch of metalheads hired me to play in the backyard. So, me and my crazy gigs, but always coming back to the funny stuff.
And it gives you good stories too. If you're doing a tight five next to a trampoline in somebody's backyard, that's okay.
Don, this is gonna blow your mind too. When you get there, they've actually done a little remodeling and painting, so it looks different.
Oh no, Bill! Don't tell me my name is spelled correctly on the marquee.
No, nothing like that. I mean, that's still gonna be. But I'm just saying they put up a nice curtain behind the stage.
Oh, boy.
Nadal painted it all, so it's not that weird blood, like dried blood color that it used to be. So it looks nice. It looks nice.
All right. None of this decoration will have any effect on Pete screaming and yelling.
Oh, of course not.
Of course not. No, and still no E in your name on the marquee, but nevertheless, people will know. Don Jamieson.
One of these days.
One of these days. That's right. Don Jamieson. He is the evil twin. And then, of course, Mark Riccadonna is the nice twin. And together, they are the evil twins of comedy. Did I get that right?
Though, your name is tricky, though, because that I in Jamieson throws me off every time. I put it on the Chiron on our videos, and I got to remember there is an I-E in Jamieson.
Yeah.
And Riccadonna has 2 C's and 2 D's in it. I mean, you know what? Forget it.
Sounds like he's the evil twin, if you ask me.
Well,
Too many consonants.
Yeah, this is vowel shaming.
He's full of C's and D's.
Oh, boy.
Spelling, this is too much. Only
like
the ESPN Spelling Bee champion.
There you go. It's like Poundcake's college transcripts. All right, listen. I'm gonna let you go, pal. But it's always good to talk to you. Don Jamieson and Mark Riccadonna are doing the weekend. That's tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday at the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls. 330-923-4700, or go to funnystop.com for all the details. And we'll talk to you next time, pal. Yes.
I just want to say thank you, Alan Cox, and all your meddling kids.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. I'll talk to you next time.
Talk to you later.
All right, thanks, pal. Don Jamieson and at the Funny Stop this weekend. Okay, let me break. You want to text for anything, 35192, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.